Hello YouTubers, this is cessnaace back again with another video, a video disc ads video. And as I have 29 or 30 DVDs in front of me, I think I should go ahead and start right in. Now, this first one is not the best one to start with, but I am doing these in alphabetical order. So, this is a sequel. I saw the first film in the series in a theater, and I saw this one in the theater, a theater. Creepshow 2. Now, the original Creepshow was released by Warner Brothers. This was originally released to theaters by New World, which was Roger Corman's outfit. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Creepshow, Stephen King wrote 8 short stories to be used. Him and director George A. Romero went through them and picked the best 5. Those are the ones they used in the original Creepshow. The remaining 3 they used in Creepshow 2. They're not as good. The production quality or values aren't as good. The animation that is used in this film is not as good. Yes, I own 2 copies of this now because I like this artwork better than what I already had. Okay, Image Entertainment. Aspect ratio 1.85 to 1, which isn't all that wide. And I'm not seeing the Image Entertainment catalog number. I know I wrote a card up for this one. Yeah, there it is. LAK 7301 DVD LIT. Okay. Now, somehow this directing duo managed to convince George A. Romero to either give them or sell them the film rights to the name Creepshow. Hence this abomination, which was made for direct-to-video. Creepshow 3. Back up to 5 stories instead of just 3. However, the stories are very poor. Now they are interlinked with one another. So you see characters in the first story that don't mean anything, but then in the next story you might see their story or somebody else's story. Anyway, they're all interconnected. But as I said, they are poor stories, and the production values are poor, and the animation, well, this looks like, the animation in this film looks like Disney at their best compared to the animation in this one. Okay? You've been warned. And from what I understand, there is currently a Creepshow television series out there that just started last year, I think. But I haven't run across it yet. Now, when I first started seeing the ads for this film on television, it really piqued my interest because it looked really good, and I've only heard good things about this film. A film by Christopher Nolan. Dunkirk. Yes, this was a Walmart pickup from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Okay, this is a made-for-TV movie. According to my card, as I mentioned before, I make up 2 index cards for each DVD, well, each video in my collection. One to go inside the case, just bare bones information, and then a more thorough card for my card file. This is from Dollar DVD, I guess. Death at Love House. I say I guess because on the back it says that it is distributed by Brentwood Home Video. Now, this makes the second made-for-TV movie that I have on DVD with Kate Jackson in the cast. The other one being Satan's School for Girls. I have that one from Platinum Disc Corporation in one of their giant jewel cases. I have a whole stack of their releases in giant jewel cases. I mean, they're about this size, but they're jewel cases. Hence the name Giant Jewel, and I believe that's what they're called on the inside. Okay. This is a horror film that is based on a film that it was originally made in Hong Kong, somewhere around the year 2000, 1999, somewhere around there. And then it was remade just a couple of years later in the Philippines. And then in 2003, I think, 2008, it was remade in America. I really want to see the original Hong Kong version of The Eye. It has an intriguing horror premise. Sydney Wells is blind and has been so since a childhood tragedy. After undergoing surgery to restore her sight, she learns to see again. But soon after, unexplainable, shadowy, and frightening images start to haunt her. Not knowing if they are an aftermath of surgery, her mind adjusting to sight, her imagination, or something horrifyingly real, Sydney is soon convinced that her anonymous... That's what happens when you have dyslexia and you try to speak too quickly. Sydney is soon convinced that her anonymous, I know what the word is, her anonymous eye donor has somehow opened the door to a terrifying world only she can now see. Okay. I would have preferred this be the widescreen version, but what the hey. This is Flight Plan with Jodie Foster. Now the pull quotes. A heart-stopping thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Paul Clinton, CNN. Delivers a frightening thriller with an airtight plot. Roger Ebert, Chicago Sun-Times. Fasten your seatbelts and hang on for one terrifying trip. Jodie Foster rocks. Well, that's true. Pete Hammond, Maxim. I haven't seen this yet, but yes, Jodie Foster rocks. Let's see. Includes the in-flight movie, The Making of Flight Plan featurette, cabin pressure, designing the Alto E474 featurette, filmmaker audio commentary. Alrighty. It also offers French and Spanish language options. Don't know why I put it in that stack, because that's the stack I'm pulling from. Okay. This is a made-for-TV movie from 1996, and the card fell. Wouldn't you know it? This is Frequent Flyer. In a slim case, as you can tell. From the now defunct, or the long defunct, Digiview Entertainment. Now, one of the things I never did like about Digiview is that they never put the year of release or production or anything like that on the back. And usually no copyright information for the film, although this one has one. 1996, Timeless Films International. But usually it just they just put the copyright date for the DVD release. Frequent Flyer. From what I understand, this pilot here is married to 2 women. He's engaged to a third, and of course they all find out. Okay, back when Disney had a huge hit with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, several studios announced feature-length animated films. But the only one that delivered was the Fleischer studio, which their cartoons were distributed by Paramount. They began work on 2 different films. One was a product of Max Fleischer and the other Dave Fleischer. I don't remember which one moved down to Florida and set up an operation there, and the other one stayed in New York and had an animation studio there. Paramount finally said, y'all are losing too much money. You need to consolidate everything under one house. So the Florida studio was closed. But their first film was a modest success. Gulliver's Travels. This is still factory sealed from Digiview Productions. Their second animated feature, which came out shortly after this one, I don't really remember the name of it. It bombed. And by that point, Paramount owned the Fleischer studio because the Fleischers kept their production quality was really high. Their standards were always really high, and they were always trying to outdo Disney, so they were spending a lot of money. And so their distributor, Paramount, kept loaning them more and more money. Eventually, Paramount owned the studio, but kept everybody in place until that second feature bombed, and then they took over. All right, this is from Dollar Entertainment and Horror Movie Entertainment. This is a double feature. Creature from the Haunted Sea and Nightmare Castle. Nightmare Castle has Barbara Steele in it. I picked this up at the thrift store as well. Alrighty. Anytime you see, well, except for with that Gulliver's Travels, generally when you see a dollar sticker on something, it's something my wife picked up. She picked up this. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, I believe. Anyway, this is Junior Detective Agency, and the cast includes Luke Perry, Emmett Walsh, and Jacob Hayes. Rated G, 89 minutes. Catalog number SDSM19. Yes, it's from Screen Media. Kettle of Fish from Screen Media. Catalog number SDSM-51. All right, we have Killers. This is from Lionsgate. It is in widescreen, aspect ratio 2.35 to 1, enhanced for 16:9. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. This was a Walmart pickup as well. And I can't tell you whether it was $5 or $3.79 because they have a bin marked $3.79 and a bin marked $5. All right, this is from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Kong, Skull Island. I don't know what possessed me to buy this other than I haven't seen Kroll before. I don't think I have. I've seen the other one though. This is a double feature. The other one being Space Hunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone, which was originally shot and released in 3D. I only have it on VHS and 2D, and I've never bothered to watch it. And of course now, all of my VHS VCRs have died, so I have no way to watch the hundreds upon hundreds of VHS tapes that I have. Alright. On the cover, it says LAPD to protect and serve. However, I went to IMDb to double check, and it's actually called, well, in some countries it was released as simply LAPD. It was the original working title was LAPD Conspiracy. However, it was finally released, in this country anyway, as LAPD to protect and to serve. So that's what I have on the card there. And then the format, bottom left, and catalog number, center, bottom center. This is from Vina Distributor. See, this confused me too, because on the disc it says this is release 015. However, on the spine it says 815. So I had to choose between the two, and I went with 815. Okay, we're down to the second and last stack for this video. This is, I believe, a made-for-TV movie, if I remember correctly. Okay, I hate it when the discs come out. No, it doesn't say it is. And I didn't write down the year of its release. I know it looked it up, so it's most probably on the index card that has everything. No wonder it won't stay in place. The clasps that are usually there to hold a booklet or whatever in place aren't in place themselves. According to IMDb, this is known as The Last of the Bells, and F. Scott Fitzgerald's Last of the Bells. This release is from Digiview. Release FA4-B. Of course, they're no help. They just copyright the year of release for the DVD, 2004. Okay, Love on the Side. This is actually not from Screen Media. It's from Artist View Entertainment. And it has a copyright date of 2004 on it. But wait a minute. There's a sticker here with a Screen Media catalog number, SDSM-53. You probably can't make that out with my dodgy camera, but you'll have to take my word for it. But it does say Artist View Entertainment. It does say also in the small print, Turbo Labs LLC, reproduction and whole report with and so forth. That paragraph is always on releases from Screen Media as well, so maybe they own more than one label. Alright, this is from Screen Media. This is Lime Life, spelled Lymelife. From 2008, TV edited version, catalog number SDSM-54. This I know is a sequel. It is a sequel to a film called Meet the Family. I believe that was what it was. This is Meet the Fockers. Have to be careful saying that. Meet the Fockers. This, if I remember correctly, I'm looking. Robert De Niro is one of the producers. Okay, I wanted to see this film when I first started seeing it advertised on television. A Tim Burton film, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I've been holding off watching it until I could show it in a video. Now I can open it. From Screen Media, Morning Glory. This is release SDSM-21. This one kind of bombed at the theater, I think. If I remember correctly, I looked it up on IMDb and it actually made its money back. But it has a reputation for being a bomb. But when I saw the ads for it on television, it looked interesting. Mortal Engines. Now you see where it says Doolittle there? It comes with a Doolittle coaster, number 204. Makes it very hard to stack. Okay, this is a documentary on quadriplegics who play rugby. Murder Ball. Winner, Audience Award and Special Jury Prize for Editing, 2005 Sundance Film Festival. And it has a ton of extras that I'm not going to go through right now. Something else I do, if it's a documentary, I mark that it's a documentary. Or if it's a music concert, I put that as well. There's the catalog number, as you can see. Now, the releases that I have that contain 20, 40, even 50 movies, try cramming that many index cards into one of those cases. All right. This is Mystery Alaska. Russell Crowe, Hank Azaria, Mary McCormick, Lolita Davidovich, I guess, Cole Meany, Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Trek Voyager, Murray Chaikin, and Burt Reynolds, and also Mike Myers and Little Richard are in this film. Sounds like it's going to be a mess, actually. Okay, from Screen Media. This is Nature's Grave, release SDSM-55. As we're getting near the end, I'll remind you that I have something to mention at the end of this video. Okay. From Screen Media, No Turning Back, release SDSM-56. From Screen Media, Night Train, release SDSM-22. This is a thriller and a romance, rated PG-13, from 1998. I picked this one out at Walmart because I hear it's a good movie, even though it didn't make its money back, I don't believe. But it got positive reviews. This is from Blue Sky, 20th Century Fox's 3D animation unit. The Peanuts movie. The Charles Schultz family chose Blue Sky to make this movie. And as I said, it's supposed to be really good. Now, Blue Sky hasn't been doing well of late. However, now that 20th Century Fox is owned by Disney, they have moved some of their key personnel from Disney Studios Animation and from Pixar to Blue Sky. I'm glad to see that they are trying to save Blue Sky instead of just junking it. Alright, from Screen Media, Players, release SDSM-59. And we're down to the last one. This is a horror movie that, although it was released theatrically in the UK, it was subsequently banned on home video and was labeled a video nasty. Well, it was released in this country on home video by Vestron Video, who butchered it. So I finally found it on video uncut from Japan. That was a Japanese released Laserdisc, and I've showed it on this channel before. It has a really nice photo of Isabella Adjani, one of the stars of the film, holding a knife, and she is absolutely stunning. Also in this film is Sam Neill. This is Possession. Now, I don't know why, because I believe, if I remember correctly, that this film was also released on DVD uncut here in the US, but I imported this UK copy, which is supposed to be uncut. Okay, before you sit down to watch Possession, well, first of all, the same guy that created E.T. the Extraterrestrial for the film of the same name created the alien creature for this film. And there is a scene where Isabella Adjani is having sex with said creature, which is rather graphic. And later on, it doesn't explicitly say it, but it appears that she is having a spontaneous abortion, throwing up the fetus, and she's in like a subway tunnel or something, and she's just convulsing all over the place. It is something to behold. Possession. So there's that. Okay, now what I wanted to talk about. I have coming several orders from Sinister Cinema and Something Weird Video, and I plan on doing extravaganzas for both. I've already received one package from Sinister Cinema that contained 2 DVDs. I've got another one that's being ordered, that's being processed, that contains 12 DVDs. I have received one order from Something Weird Video that contains 2 DVDs, and I've ordered another one, but I'm going to be ordering more. Speaking of Sinister Cinema, Sinister Cinema started roughly the same time as Something Weird Video did. In fact, when Mike Ranney, the founder of Something Weird Video, died, Greg Luce, who founded and runs Sinister Cinema, put up a very touching tribute to him because they apparently knew each other. Sinister Cinema, this may be their last year in existence, unless they start getting an increase in orders. Greg Luce is, well, I'm not going to say he's my age. He might be older. I don't know. But he does state on the site that he is of retirement age, and doesn't make sense for him to keep putting energy into a company that had been making money for 36 years, but last year they didn't, or he didn't. So if orders don't pick up at Sinister Cinema, what's going to wind up happening is he's going to be shutting Sinister Cinema down, technically, but will process any orders that trickle in. If you don't want to see that happen, and if you don't want to see him discontinue the print version of his catalog, then I would greatly advise that you purchase DVDs from Sinister Cinema. I will tell you, this is something I have mentioned at Patreon/cessnaace, link in the description box. Greg mentioned this quite some time ago, but he never mentioned specifics, the specific companies involved. But he said that what was happening was that some of these other video labels that deal in public domain type films, the kind that they carry, or thrillers, murder mysteries, science fiction, that sort of thing, were buying DVDRs from Sinister Cinema, which I don't think you can copy protect DVDRs. But anyway, they would buy DVDRs releases in bulk from Sinister Cinema, which are nice color cases and everything with nice labels, and they would copy them. Somehow he got wind of that, and so he started doing what Something Weird Video does on their DVDRs. They don't do this with their DVDs and their Blu-rays, which they release in conjunction with Image Entertainment. They are copy protected, but the DVDRs aren't. And Something Weird Video started putting in an SWV watermark that would appear in one corner and then disappear for a while, and then appear in another corner and then disappear for a while, and then it would reappear up in the upper right hand corner, for example, and then after a while it would disappear, and then it would reappear over here. Well, Sinister Cinema started doing that. Their watermark is SC. They found that the companies he found that the companies he suspected of ripping off their masters, and Sinister Cinema has always gone to great lengths to procure the best film elements possible. Something I've noted, I've been a customer for 30 years. They've been around for 36. So I've been a customer for 30 years. I've got a Sinister Cinema release in my collection on beta. Okay? He's forever upgrading his prints. If he finds a really nice 35mm print, but he already has the film in release from a 16mm print, he'll go ahead and have it remastered. He's forever doing that. So he spends a lot of time and effort and money doing that. And to have these low-life companies come and rip off his masters that way, and you can tell it's their masters. I have seen this for myself, because I'm not going to mention the name of the company that I mentioned in my post at Patreon/cessnaace for legal reasons. So I'm not going to get into that here. But they would crop their image so right where you would crop off the Sinister Cinema watermark. So if it was right here, they would crop here. If he moved it up here, they would move the crop up here. If he moved it up here, they move it up here. Yeah. If he put it at the top, it was forever. Yeah. I'm really tempted to mention the name of the company, because it is really a despicable thing to do. But they're public domain titles, so I don't know that legally he can do anything about it. But just so you know, if you want these films looking and sounding their best and not cropped, buy them from Sinister Cinema. And no, I'm not being paid. And something that he wants to do but can't afford to do is something Weird Video can do, because of their long relationship with Image Entertainment. So I believe that started around 2012 or so, of not only offering deluxe DVD and Blu-ray releases of some of their titles, but also they have a streaming service of sorts called Chiller Theater, I believe. You can pay for digital downloads of their titles, is what I'm saying. Now, you have to be, I can't remember if it's 18 or 21 now, to access the main portion of their site. You're going to be asked to verify how old you are when you get to the first page for Something Weird Video. And then if you say you're over 18 or over 21, whatever it is, you can then access their catalog online, because they carry, well, as they put it, vintage smut. And they have videos that you can, as I said, that you can download. You can see previews of their titles and all that. So I can really recommend both Something Weird Video and Sinister Cinema, although they carry some of the same titles public domain wise. Sinister Cinema carries a lot of titles that Something Weird Video doesn't, and Something Weird Video has exclusive rights to some of the films that they release. So there you go. And now I'm done rambling, and until next time, Mark McElligott, Andrew J.M., and is Corporal Van still supporting me on Patreon? I didn't even call up the list to look. But anyway, I would like to thank all of my Patreon supporters for supporting me. If you would consider hitting the like button and commenting to the video down in the comment section, both of those things help the video be seen with YouTube's analytics and everything. That's going to be it. Until next time, stay awesome.